everybody. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Megan here for Mental Training Monday. I am a sports psychologist with Mind of the Athlete, and today I'm going to finish up a two-part series on performance anxiety. And so the reason why I felt this was so important as a topic to actually take up 2 weeks is because the prevalence of anxiety, especially within our college population across the U.S., has really skyrocketed. In 2013, the National College Health Assessment did a survey and found that nearly 50% of college students reported experiencing overwhelming anxiety. And so that's nearly 1 in every 2 college students is experiencing this. And so it's something that is out there, it's pretty prevalent, and as an athlete, you may be experiencing some of this not only academically when you have school responsibilities, but maybe even socially and oftentimes when you compete. And so I wanted to really take the time to explain a little bit about anxiety, how it presents itself. And today we're going to go over 3 tips in addition to the stuff we covered last week with our nutritionist Erin on how you can help with calming and dealing with your performance anxiety. So anxiety can be experienced physiologically in different ways for different people. You may be the type of person who you maybe get butterflies in your stomach, maybe you feel like you need to throw up or use the restroom before you're about to perform. Sometimes people's heart rate increases, their breaths get more shallow and more frequent. Sometimes you get sweaty or have clammy hands, maybe feel like your feet are asleep and they're kind of dragging alongside of you and not really operating the way that they typically do. And so all of these things, our body is reacting to something, which is why these things are happening. So we need to take it a step back and look at our nervous system, because this is what's sparking a lot of these things physically for us. So our nervous system is divided up into 2 parts. One is the sympathetic side, and that is the portion of our nervous system that is responsible for getting you up in the morning, for keeping you alert right now. It's that go, 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 go that gets you through school, to practice, to competitions, that gets you through your day. As Americans, a part of our culture, we're really, really, really good at that side. Our sympathetic nervous system is trained and it is on point. The other side of our nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. And what that does is it helps us relax and calm down. Now, typically, it's underdeveloped for us and also for athletes and for a lot of our population. This side of our nervous system, we're not really good at doing. We're not really good at taking those times to relax and learn how to read our bodies in a way that we can make that side stronger. So years and years and years ago, we developed this evolutionary skill or evolutionary benefit called the fight or flight response. And this response happens when our sympathetic nervous system gets overstimulated. So back hundreds of years ago, when we were hunters and gatherers, we would have to hunt for food. If there was a threat, maybe a lion or something that was threatening our safety, we would have to decide within a moment whether we were going to fight or we were going to flee and run. And so all of these, sweaty hands, your stomach feeling like you're going to have to throw up or expel what's inside of it, it all serves a function for this fight or flight response. That back in the day when we were either fighting these animals or fleeing from them, they wound up being really beneficial. Jump forward to today when we're not fighting tigers out in the wild. However, there are things that we experience throughout our time as human beings now that our bodies react in a similar way. And athletic competition is one of those things that it overstimulates our sympathetic nervous system. And once that gets overstimulated, in some people, it then enters into this fight or flight response. And that's where you're getting all those physiological feelings and symptoms of anxiety. So to help calm down that sympathetic side of our nervous system, what you want to do is try to really up that parasympathetic side, that side that helps you relax. And so that's a little bit, internally what's going on. And so 3 tips to help slow down that sympathetic nervous system, enhance your ability to move forward, to ramp up that parasympathetic nervous system, to really help relax. 3 tips. 1, slow it down. And what I mean by that specifically is your breathing. We talk about deep breathing all the time, and really what this does is it is a fast track for that oxygen to get in and around your heart. So your heart all of a sudden has this overabundance of oxygenated blood and can calm itself down. So you really want to focus on taking slow, deep breaths into your nose for about 4 seconds is what we recommend. Really fill up those lungs. Take a break at the top for about 1 second and then breathe slowly out of your mouth for 4 seconds. Pause at the bottom, and then repeat that process of breathing in your nose for 4 seconds, pausing and breathing out of your mouth for 4 seconds. Doing that type of slow breathing is physiologically going to help calm yourself down and really ramp up that parasympathetic side of your nervous system. The second tip after slowing down your breathing is taking out the trash. And what we mean by that is clearing out mentally those other things that are in your head that's not really beneficial for your performance or for your practice right now. And so research has suggested and has found that if you actually write the things that are on your mind out, it enables your brain to focus more on the things that are in front of you. So it's a really simple act of writing down before a practice or before a game, maybe as you're leaving the locker room or getting off the bus, those things that for the next 3 hours, yeah, they're not going to disappear, but you can't necessarily do anything about them. Like your midterms or finals coming up, a fight that maybe you had with the person you're dating, or things going on outside of your sport. Write it down on a piece of paper. No one else has to read it. Tear it up and throw it in the garbage can. This process will help narrow your mind into focusing on the things that you need to be focusing on for your performance that will help benefit you. So slow it down, take out the trash, and the last tip to help manage performance anxiety is to make the knowns known. The definition that we really like here at Mind of the Athlete of anxiety is fear of the unknown. You don't know about the team that you're going to face. You don't know maybe what this locker room or this new gym that you're performing in or you have to compete in is like. If you're a freshman at a collegiate level, you're traveling around to a whole bunch of different stadiums and venues that you've never competed in before. And so as an athlete, if you can focus on the things that you know about that day's performance or that day's competition, that day's meet, that's going to be very beneficial in calming your nerves. So focus on who am I rooming with at the hotel tonight before our game tomorrow? Who's I'm sitting with on the bus? I know what our warm-up's going to be like. I know what events I'm swimming, or I know what my role is in the game tomorrow. Really try to focus on the things that you know and the things that you are aware of and make the most knowns out of the situation. So if you're going into a new field, it's starting out of a new season, try to make as many unknowns known and then focus on those things that you do know going ahead for a performance. So slow down the breathing, take out the trash, and make the knowns known. Those are 3 tips that are really helpful for helping manage performance anxiety. In addition to, we talked a little bit with Erin last week about things that you should and should not be eating before a competition to also help manage that performance anxiety. There's another tip on a BCast from December about the attitude of gratitude, and that's another tip about honing in that optimal emotion to help manage your anxiety. And so I would recommend maybe checking out those videos to get even more tips on performance anxiety and how you can help manage that. But thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm really excited. Next week we are going to have the founder of Mind of the Athlete, Dr. Jared Spencer, on, and we're going to be giving you, all of you parents of athletes out there, the top 3 tips for parenting student athletes. So I would encourage you to please check it out next week, and it was a pleasure being here today. I hope that you found something helpful to take on your journey for a clearer mind to a better performance. Thank you so much. See you next week.